I came as quickly as I could to the office because we have some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump has officially called for peace and the markets are bouncing rapidly. We can see that Bitcoin is back to 103.8, officially closing the CME gap as we predicted. Ethereum up approximately, oh, that's not the CME gap. Bitcoin 1. There it is. So the CME gap is officially closed right there. Ethereum is up 5% in the past 24 hours. We're bouncing up from this line of support, so our position on weeks is now even more profitable. Fantastic. Solana bouncing. We're not completely out of the woods yet for cryptocurrency, so we will get into that analysis soon. But overall, positive news from what President Trump has announced in the past 1 hour. So guys, if you enjoy these breaking news updates, make sure to destroy the like button. It's currently 1 a.m. and I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to bring you the breaking news as early as I can. And throughout the entirety of the past week, geopolitical situations are completely unpredictable. So I tried to give my analysis on geopolitics and try to give you the bull case, bear case scenario for both Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. And at the same time, we just wanted to take a few precautionary steps just in case things escalate, because there's no way to predict what will happen tomorrow. So that was the approach that I tried to give you, and analysis changes quickly when geopolitics changes also quickly. So I'm thankful to you guys for keeping up with all the videos. I know it's a bit exhausting to do so, but hopefully you're able to take in these insights before anybody else. But with that said, when we go into the price of Bitcoin, we're reversing back to 103.8. So Bitcoin's CME gap is officially closed. When we go into shorter time frames, there is a bit of an inverse and shoulders forming on the 15-minute to 1 hourly time frame. Now, this does have a target in the range of 105 to 105, 105.5 to 106. If we can reclaim those levels, then the bear case scenario will be almost completely averted for Bitcoin. And that is exciting. That's incredibly exciting that the bear case scenario could be actually over and we focus fully on the second bullish pennant. So now we can remove this line of support for now. We focus on this bullish pennant. We focus again fully on the Bitcoin Wyckoff reaccumulation, which we said that, this is the most likely case still, in my opinion. We go through the Wyckoff reaccumulation. We go through with the M2 money supply, which a lot of people lost doubt on. But the reality of the matter is that Bitcoin 90% of the time follows liquidity, and everything else is just noise. So when you look into this chart, 90% of the time, liquidity is what drives Bitcoin's action. So even if Bitcoin may decouple or appear to decouple in the short term from global M2 money supply, in the macro, it will always move based off of what liquidity is doing. So overall, this is what we follow. This is what we've always followed. And the short-term correlation has been a topic that's only been apparent since the Bitcoin ETF launches, the Bitcoin ETF's launching in January of 2024. But we looked at the macro case and the macro charts. I mean, the overall trend, if M2 money supply is setting up, then Bitcoin and the entire risk on market heads up. So the M2 money supply correlation is always there, and it's almost guaranteed that liquidity will continue to increase. That will eventually push Bitcoin's price to higher levels. Okay, so now that the macro sort of analysis is done, what should we expect from Bitcoin in the short term? Well, it looks like the head and shoulders, or in fact, not the head and shoulders, but the double top, which was the most scary thing that we were identifying, that could be now completely invalidated. But before we can purely invalidate it, I do want to see this daily candle, first of all, closing as we are, and ideally a few more candles closing in this region to completely invalidate the double top. I have a good feeling if we can get further confirmations tomorrow from Israel, if we can get more confirmations that these geopolitical tensions are completely over, then markets will rally back and hopefully we continue and follow through with the bullish pennant. So all is good, all is great for now, and I emphasize for now because things can change. You've seen how quickly things can change over the course of just a few hours. So for now, things are good. Ethereum bouncing from this line of support that we talked about. And the crypto market seems to be recovering. When we go to WTI, oil has now completely erased all the gains that it has produced since the beginning of the Israel-Iran conflict. And what we know about oil is that, markets understand when something is going to be resolved or something is going to escalate before the public knows. And actually, oil started to dump rapidly this morning because the market knew that likely the war was going to be over. It's still not confirmed to be over, but from the price of oil, you can make the judgment then that perhaps it is. It is certified to be over. So let's hope that that is the case. But oil is moving down The S&P is increasing, so risk on is increasing. It's super important that we create a new all-time high, because if we don't, then you're stuck in this downtrend. So hopefully we create this new all-time high, and then risk on summer and the risk on market will continue to do incredibly well throughout the entirety of 2025. We just need to really create a new all-time high as soon as we can, so that we eradicate the potential chance of entering into a bearish downturn. So what is the breaking news? What did President Trump really say? It all began with the attacks that took place to the Qatari American airbase. And what President Trump said was the attack to the Qatari airbase was an official response to the obliteration of nuclear facilities that America conducted onto Iran just yesterday. So this is him saying that Iran was having their official response with the few missiles that they sent to Qatar, to their airbase, and that there was no massive damage and there was no casualties, thank God. He mentions, most importantly, that perhaps Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region, and I will enthusiastically encourage Israel to do the same. That's the most important phrase in this entire post. So, America and Israel are known to move hand in hand, and if President Trump pushes Israel to reduce the tensions, then I think that will have a major influence. We still don't have anything said from Israel's side, but I'm assuming that we can truly see peace very soon. And congratulations, world, it's time for peace, says President Trump. So things are looking good. Things are looking good. Bitcoin back over $104,000, 104.2. I'm bullish. Hopefully we can continue heading to the upside and then break out as planned from this bullish pennant and completely invalidates that double top scenario. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this is done. Hopefully we are over with this and we can just continue and continue our lives, and hopefully Bitcoin also continues to break up without seeing too much trouble. And with that said, I know it's late at night, but I thought it was important to make this update. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. As always, guys, bye bye.